All right, hello students. In this video, I'm going to explain compound interest calculations. The main thing is that when you look at the formula, A equals P 1 plus R over N raised to the NT, you have to know what each of them represents. P is the principal or your initial amount. R is the rate, but we want to write this as a decimal. N is the compounding, the number of times per year that we compound the interest. And N can be 1 for per year, twice for biannually, 4 for quarterly, 12 for monthly, 52 weekly, and 365 daily, okay? All right, a coin has this value of 1.17. So this is the initial value, okay? Its value has been increasing at 9% per year. What is the value after 5 years? Well, we can say that the rate is 9%, so as a decimal is 0.09. Per year is the amount of times that we're going to be compounding. So that means that N equals 1. And we want the value after 5 years. So this is the time. And so once again, I'm going to write the formula so that you can follow along as I'm substituting in the information. Right? P is the principal, 1.17. The rate divided by the compounding times, so 0.09 over 1, raised to N times T, so 1 times 5. So if we look here on Desmos, it is 1.17 times 1 plus. Okay, so you're looking at exactly how I'm doing this. Now I know in Desmos, if you do 1 times 5, you see how it drops you from the exponent? So you're gonna have to make sure you put this in parentheses. And there you go. And if we round this, since it's money, 1.80. So the original value was 117. The value after 5 years is $1.80. All right. Gina deposited $1,500 in an account that pays, right? So this is the principal that pays 4% interest. That's the rate, compounded quarterly. Quarterly means that N equals 4. Remember up here, N equals 4 quarterly. And what will be the balance in 2 years? That's the T. So P is 1,500, R is 0.04 in decimal form, N is 4, and T is 2. And plugging it into the formula, A equals the principal, 1 plus the rate divided by N raised to N times T, so 4 times 2. So it would be 1,500 All right, and so we get 1624.29. Okay, so you deposited 1,500, and your balance in 2 years is 1625. So you've made $124. All right, the Garcias have $12,000 in savings. This is your P. The bank pays 3.5% interest, that's R. They compound monthly, so that means that N equals 12. Find the total balance after 3 years, so T equals 3. So $12,000 is the initial investment. 0.035 is the rate. Monthly, we said, was 12, and T is 3 years. Okay. So the balance is going to be the initial amount, 1 plus the rate over the compounding times, which is 12, raised to 12 times 3. Like I said, you use decimals, you can use your calculator. So it would be 12,000. 1 plus See, my calculator holds the exponent in the numerator, so I don't need parentheses, but we need parentheses in decimals. So this new balance is 13,326.49. It's pretty good. Made about $1,000. All right, so this question is different because it wants to know what is the amount of interest that we made. It doesn't want the new balance. It wants to know the how much money did we make from how much we had at the beginning. Right, so but we're still going to start off with the same formula. 2,500 is the investment. It's invested at 5.25% annual interest, and it is compounded monthly. Compounded monthly for 4 years. Start off with 2,500. 1 plus rate divided by 12. And then the exponent is n times t, so 12 times 4. There you go. So the new balance after 4 years is going to be 3,082.78. Right? So this is the new balance. We don't want the new balance. We want to know how much money we made in interest. Right? So that means we started at 2,500 and now we have 3,082. So 3,082 subtract 2,500. 82.78 subtract 2,500. There. So the difference between the money that you have now, taking away the principal, is 582. Okay. All right, let's try this calculation again. Determine the amount of interest earned. Right, and the investment is $100,000. Invested at 5.2 annual interest. Compounded quarterly, so that means n equals 4 after 12 years. Right, and then you put it in the formula. (0.052) divided by 4, the compounding, raised to the compounding times time, so 4 times 12. 100,000 4 times 12. Okay. So the new balance in your account is $185,000, 87. All right, but this is how much money you have now. They just want to know what the difference is from what you had originally. So it's going to be 185,888 subtract 100,000. So doing this in the calculator. Oh, I forgot the 0.87. Subtract 100,000. And there you go. So the amount of money that you made is this. Not bad, right? All right, so this is interest money. Remember the $100,000 you brought in. This is what you made from the investment by putting it in the bank. Right. The Fresh and Green Company has a saving plan for employees. If an employee makes an initial deposit of 1,000, the company pays 8% interest, compounded quarterly. If an employee withdraws the money after 5 years, how much is in the account? So this time they're not asking us for interest, they're asking us for the new balance after 5 years. So we just have to use the formula. All right, principal is the initial investment. The rate is 8% in decimal form. Compounded quarterly, n equals 4. And the time is 5 years because that's when they're withdrawing the money. Okay, so now we're using the formula. Remember the formula is right 1,000 plus 0.08 over 4. Now you see why I wrote them in this order? It makes it easier to do the formula. And then 4 times 5. Okay. In parentheses, 4 times 5. Is that exponent? Nope. See? Didn't look like an exponent. 4 times 5. There we go. 1485.95. And this is how much money is in the account. Using the information in the question above, find the interest earned if the money is withdrawn after 35 years. Let me see. So everything is the same except this will be 35 years. Alright, so I'm just going to go to the calculator here, and instead of this 5, I'm going to have a 35. 15,996.47. Wow. It's almost like you lost $1,000 in your closet, and then you found it 35 years later, but then now you had almost $16,000. Interest magic. Mr. and Mrs. Boyce bought a house for $96,000 in 1995. Wow, that's kind of cheap, I guess. Real estate values in their area increased approximately 4% each year. What was the value of the house in '07? Okay, initial value. The increase was 4% each year. So that means the compounding is 1. The time, let me see, 1995. So what's 2007 minus 1995? What? Who knows? 5 and 7. Was that 12? We'll see. 2007 minus 1995. All right, 12. So it's been 12 years. Okay. So A is going to be equal to, I really do wonder what their house is going to be worth now. Oh. Okay, I made a mistake. Y'all see? My N is 1 and I put in a 12. So 1. And my exponent is N times T, so 1 times 12. All right, I'm glad I caught it beforehand. Okay, so from this we have 153, 699. There we go. So they bought a house for 96,000 and now their house is worth 153. $699,000. So not bad. They made $59,000. That's not bad. Almost $60,000 in interest. All right, so I hope these calculations help you. And let me know if you have any questions, okay?